ignition sequence start. Roger.
Hello, I'm Manus MacLean and this is Brain Drain Newsroom. It's the final days of August 2025, and tonight we highlight both hopeful progress and the pressures inside the immigration system. But before I start, I just want to alert you or remind you or just inform you that in the United States, this is the Labor Day weekend, which marks the end of summer, the beginning of school, and for some, the beginning of campaign season. In any event, I know many other nations have different holidays, and I wish everyone involved, everyone who's watching, everyone who's not watching, to have a wonderful weekend, and let's bring it on. We have 3 items to come up with. Now, I'm going to start off with what is known as the Dignity Act of 2025. It brings bipartisan hope to long-awaited reform. We're also going to talk about celebrating immigrant achievements through the Great Immigrants, Great American Awards. We're going to talk about the inspiring story of Bishop Michael Pham, once a child refugee, now a leading voice for dignity. And finally, the staffing crisis inside ICE, where agents struggle to sign up for work, often behind masks that conceal not only their identity, but perhaps their unease with the mission. Let's begin with policy reform. The Dignity Act of 2025. This story comes from the Economic Times of India and from the Times of India. The Dignity Act of 2025 is a bipartisan legislation introduced by Representatives Maria Elvira Salazar and Veronica Escobar. The bill seeks to modernize U.S. immigration by reducing green card backlogs, creating dual intent student visas, and raising per-country caps. Reporting by the Times of India highlights how Telugu families, and I apologize for the mispronunciation if that occurred, are caught in decade-long waits, now see this as a ray of hope. The idea that their children could access visas more quickly is transformative. Critics will debate feasibility, but the introduction of this bill signals a window of opportunity for long overdue reform. Second, a reminder why reform matters. Each summer, the Carnegie Corporation of New York honors naturalized citizens for extraordinary contributions. According to AP News, this year's honorees include Nobel Prize-winning economist Simon Johnson, composer Tanya Leon, and civic leader Maria Teresa Kumar. These stories underscore that immigration is not just about policy, it's about lives that enrich America in every field, from music to science to democracy itself. I would also like to invite you to come to us on every Monday when we have our program called Meet the Neighbors. There, hopefully you'll see future recipients of this award. Our third story is profoundly personal. The Washington Post profiled Bishop Michael Pham, who fled Vietnam as a 14-year-old refugee. Today, he leads the San Diego Catholic Diocese and speaks openly about moral obligation to treat migrants with dignity. Pham recalls the terror of leaving home alone on a small boat. That history informs his pastoral approach. walking with migrants in detention, offering legal support, and advocating against cruelty. It's a reminder that those who once fled injustice are often the best defenders of justice for others. But the system itself is straining. While policymakers talk reform and communities celebrate contributions, Reuters and Wall Street Journal report that ICE faces a severe recruitment and retention crisis. Applications for new enforcement agents are far below target. Morale is low. Videos show ICE teams entering homes wearing black masks that cover their faces. Officially, the masks protect them from identity from retaliation. But watching them, I can't help but make a personal observation. The mask may conceal not only who they are, but also the shame of a mission that often pulls them into morally gray ground. It's striking when a government force operating in our neighborhoods chooses anonymity as armor. This staffing shortage, paired with mounting political scrutiny, suggests ICE itself may be cracking under the weight of its expanded role. What this means. Taken together, these stories illustrate the complexity of immigration in 2025. Policy is evolving with bills like the Dignity Act. Reform is again on the table. Immigrant contributions signed from Nobel Prizes to civic leadership. America benefits daily from newcomers. Compassionate leadership matters. Bishop Pham voice brings humanity to an often inhumane debate. Even enforcement is strained. ICE struggles to maintain its workforce, a sign of both internal morale problems and external criticism. Immigration, then, is not just a battleground of laws. It's also a human story of resilience, contribution, and moral reckoning. In these closing days of August, let's remember that immigration is not only about enforcement. It's about the promise of America. Reform, recognition, compassion, and yes, even struggles inside enforcement agencies tell us that change is coming. If you value thoughtful coverage that brings balance and honesty, please subscribe and share and support our work. Visit braindrain.org and donate. I'm Manus MacLean. Stay hopeful, stay informed.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this and maybe even learned something new. If you did, don't just vanish into the algorithm. Hit like, subscribe, and follow us on social. It's the easiest way to support our work and make sure you never miss what's next. Want to stay in the loop without relying on big tech's mood swings? Sign up for our monthly newsletter. And if you've got the means, donations of any size keep our programs running strong. As a 501c3, your gift is tax deductible where the law allows. Together, we can turn Brain Drain into America's next big breakthrough.